That's right. We have broken ground on the lower level. The first turnout and the bypass track are installed and hooked up to the helix. The motor is up. Not wired, but it's there. A lot of fiddling was involved with this because I've not worked with the micro-jigging track before, and their joiners are tiny, and I don't know. I had issues getting these insulating joiners here put on the turnout, and then I don't know, I was kind of afraid I might break the turnout or break the track, like I don't know. But at the end, I mean, it didn't do anything. On a positive note, I've been using spikes, and I like spiking things. I don't know if you can see, there's one here, right there. And these are micro-jigging medium spikes. And it works really well, actually. You know, the spikes go through the roadbed, the cork roadbed, and then just catch a bit of plywood, and they hold. I mean, it's very sturdy and solid. I only have like 4 spikes here, and the turnout is not moving. And once you ballast this and stuff, I mean, you remove the spikes if you want to, you can keep them on, doesn't really matter. Nice part is that you can pull the spikes out if you want to make changes to the track arrangement or something. I don't think I will, but I mean, I don't know. Not at least here, because this is kind of critical. I've already tried some cars, and I've tried auto racks, so they clear there's a 1/4 inch space between an auto rack. Oops, sorry about that. 1/4 inch space between the auto rack edge and that edge of the portal. So, yep. So now I guess I'm moving forward or backwards towards the yard and just going to lay the main line. I'm going to insulate all turnouts so they can be detected. They don't have to, but I'm leaving an option for that since I want to automate the railroad one day. I don't have any power though, so I'll have to run the bus all the way from over there. If you remember, in one of the previous videos, I've moved my panels. One is underneath here, and one is on the other wall underneath there. So I'll have to get the wire going up and then around. I have 4 power zones, power districts on the lower level. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need to bring the wire for this here. This section is fully insulated because it needs to be auto reversed. The helix track and this track are at different polarity because obviously helix goes around. There is my polarity paper. So a lot of heartache, but success. So let's see what I can get more done. Let's break up the work on the track and then do a quick mail call. I don't know if it's really a mail call, but yeah, it is. It's from Amazon actually. And out of all places, Amazon Japan. So it's Christmas and I decided to splurge on something nice, I guess. And so I decided to get these pen pastel kits. And then after looking around locally, and AmazonCanada.com, hobby stores, art suppliers, Amazon Japan was the cheapest one. And I mean cheapest one meaning $30 cheaper than any other offer. It was more expensive on Amazon.com or Amazon.ca because it was import from .com from US, and in US this was more expensive by another $15 US or Canadian. And I had this shipped from Japan via DHL, and it came in 3 days. I think I ordered on Saturday or Friday or Sunday, and today is Tuesday. Yeah, Friday. So 3 days from Japan, and it cost me $30 to ship or 40. which is just insane. But anyways, there they are. I've never had pen pastels, so it's the first for me. And so I ended up buying all 3 kits because these were the only ones they had left. I mean, not, I'm sure they're gonna get more, but I'm saying they only had 1 of each in stock left. So I figured, yeah, I'll get it. So I got the weathering kit, and it looks like they're like, targeting model railroaders with this one. And then the weathering kit for Grace, Grimes, and Soot, again, this is for model railroaders, railroad models and stuff like that. And then the scenery one is also railroad models. So I figured, they should last forever, since, it's pigments and stuff, so you don't need as much. So yeah, but not to, stop there. I ended up going to the local hobby shop to support the local economy. So I finally splurged on a Static King grass applicator. And for many years I was gonna build my own, and I've done some tests and stuff, and then I was looking for the right shape Tupperware or whatever, those plastic things and whatnot, and then I never built one. I still have the high voltage generator modules too. So, I had store credit at the local hobby shop, and I figured I'll just use it. It's Christmas, so there it is. Of course, it doesn't come with the power supply. I suppose you're supposed to plug it into the battery or the track power, but I have my own power supply, so although I don't think it would be that expensive for Woodland Scenics to include a power supply. Heck, like they only cost like $5 or $10 in volume. But whatever, I mean, I know that this is a good one because a lot of people are using it, and the other ones are not that great. I hear like the knock ones and stuff, so we'll see. I still need to get some tufts or study grass bags and stuff, and then I can experiment. So let's wrap this up for the mail call or whatever, and then I'll go back to track laying. See you in a bit. Here is a pro tip. Wow, it's free. I'm not a pro, but here we go. So you know how you can make crossovers with microengineering turnouts? Larry Puckett did a video about that like back when, I think video 219 or something. And he did it with number 6s, where you pull a frog rail on the diverging routes, and then you cut 6 ties off one turnout and 5 of the other on the diverging routes, and then straighten the other side, and then you just slide the other turnout's rails into the frog rails, and then you get a 2-inch spacing on number 6s. Well, I don't want 2 inches, I want 2 1/4, and I want it in number 5s, not number 6s, because this is what I have. I have here number 5 going off to number 5 crossover, and I needed to get 2 1/4 inch spacing between tracks. So I had to figure out, well, how many ties do you cut, and you don't pull the whole frog rail, you still need a portion of it to remain. So after some, overlaying on the computer and whatnot, it comes out to be that you need to cut 2 ties on each end on the diverging route. So the last 2 ties. And then you pull you can pull the frog rail on the diverging route out first, and then cut the last 2 ties on the diverging route on each turnout. And then for 2 1/4 inch, you cut the frog rail in half. It's 55 millimeters long, you cut it at 27. And then, just throw away the part that's not flush, and keep make sure that the flush part is 27 millimeters. And then slide the frog rail back in on both turnouts, and then slide the remaining rails on, you know, opposite turnouts back into the jigsaw, and I had to solder. I don't know if you can see this. I had to solder the rails. You can see a solder joint there and here, and you're done. You get 2¼ inch spacing, and let me just grab a ruler just to prove it. There it is. It's awesome. I was laying track and I'm at these straight pieces, and I come to the point where I need this crossover, and I'm thinking, oh man, why does it have to happen right away? Couldn't easy things, you know, happen first and then hard things someplace down the line? But no. Either way, this wasn't really that hard. And it fits like a glove. And it looks seamless. Awesome. So, continuing on with track laying. More to come. Here we are at the bypass. I just want to make a quick segment about, well, praise to the spikes, or spiking your rail. What happened here is that this is the bypass track that goes into the helix, and it's double gapped so that the auto reverser can flip the phases of the DCC. Now, I have a insulating joiner here, and I also put an insulating joiner there. Then I realized that the frog rail is already insulated, and I didn't need to double gap this. Matter of fact, the frog rail would end up being dead. And so I just had to pull the spikes, these two spikes here, lift the rail and replace the joiner. Same thing happened here for this turnout. I gapped the turnout here. My far rail is the gapped one. Well, this is the frog rail. It doesn't need to be gapped here when it's already gapped there. So again, 4 spikes, lift the turnout, replace the joiner, put it back in. You can imagine what kind of a hard take this would have been if I used caulk or some other glue or any other method to secure the rail. But with spikes, it was, 30 seconds, really. Pull the spikes, lift the turnout, put the joiner, put the turnout back, put the spikes back. I can't imagine how much of a saving that is in every way. So if you want to consider using spikes, it's a good idea. You don't have to use them permanently. You just need to hold the track until you ballast it. After that, you can remove the spikes if you don't like the appearance, the visual appearance, because they kind of stick on the rail. But really, they're so tiny. These are medium microengineering spikes. You can weather them and you won't see anything. It could look like a piece of rock or something on the ties. That's another, hopefully, a helpful tip for anyone else doing track work and track laying and needing to isolate their track and then having to fix it afterwards. So, thank you for watching, and until next time.